Which business model is right for you? For some, it's natural to take the skills you've acquired in the corporate world and turn that into a consulting business. Or maybe you're a newly certified coach and you want to work with both individuals and companies in helping to build better leaders. Or you might be interested in becoming what's known as a fractional executive and selling your executive talents to multiple companies who each rely on you as an extension of their team. Which business model will you choose? It depends on what kind of life you want to live. Are you ready to explore? Welcome back to Launch School. Welcome to Life After Corporate, your ultimate guide for making the leap from corporate leader to entrepreneur. I'm Deb Boulanger, entrepreneur, executive leader, and founder of the Launch Lab for Women Entrepreneurs. This is your time to break through the glass ceiling once and for all and get your ticket to the C-suite. Come back each week to get the leading strategies, advice, and tools that will give you the skills and confidence you need to replace your corporate paycheck. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome back to Life After Corporate Launch School. This is the second training in our masterclass, and whether you are thinking about leaving your corporate job and venturing out on your own, or if you've already taken the leap to start your own business and you'd like to get more clients, this is the place to be. The place to get the step-by-step path to replacing your six-figure salary as a coach or consultant. And that's why we call it Launch School. We do have a workbook to accompany this series, my friend, and you can download that at lifeaftercorporatepodcast.com/workbook. One word, WORKBOOK. lifeaftercorporatepodcast.com/workbook. This training is for you if you want to build a business that grows and scales, where you can replace your corporate salary plus make an impact with your work, whether that's a passion to impact individuals, companies, or the world at large. There is a business model that will work for your business, and that's what we're looking at today. How can you structure your business to meet your business and lifestyle goals and find one that works for your ideal clients and helps you stand out as a market of one? When you do an effective job at positioning your value proposition in your industry, you become known as the one who. Just like I'm the one who will get you to the right business model, pricing, and value proposition to create a successful business that grows. And if we don't know each other, I'm Deb Boulanger, founder of the Launch Lab for Women Entrepreneurs and host of the Life After Corporate podcast, which you're listening to right now. And I've been launching services businesses for more than 20 years and have advised hundreds of other corporate women leaders to make the leap from corporate to entrepreneur for the last 8 years. And it's been my most fulfilling work ever. And in this workshop, I'm teaching you how to choose the right business model for your market. You might think that you don't need this training because you're a consultant or a coach and there's already a business model for that. But there are many more ways to launch a coaching or consulting business than just one-on-one or custom services. And today we're exploring all the ways you can create hybrid business models that enable you to leverage your time and your money to grow even more quickly and impact even more people. And thank you for coming back to part 2 in this series. I can tell you are a true action taker. You're serious about not only helping others, but also creating a business that scales. The response to the first training has been incredible. Thanks so much for tuning in. I loved reading the emails and posts on social media. Now, if you missed the first training in the series, you should go back and check it out because it's there I share different businesses that I've helped launch that are each unique examples for how you can launch your business and what business model or combination of business models might be a fit for you on your path to replacing your six-figure salary. And if you haven't heard that episode yet, pause this episode now and go back and listen to that one first. It will make the most sense to you if you follow along the Launch School trainings in order. Now, in this training, I want to take you deeper into this area, and I'm going to show you my business model generator that can help you choose the right business model for your financial and lifestyle goals. So make sure you have downloaded that workbook and have it handy. There's a link to it in the show notes, and I mentioned it earlier. It's the lifeaftercorporatepodcast.com/workbook. And in there is an exercise for a vision where you create the vision for your life 3 years out. That's the pre-work for this launch school. And if you didn't download it yet, now is a great time. We're going to be covering a lot of ground today, so be sure to download the workbook so you can follow along and take notes. So there's a reason why you're listening to this podcast, my friend. It's either that you've already launched a business and it's not working out the way you expected, or you're thinking about launching a business and you want to learn as much as you can about what's likely to work best so that you can start generating revenues sooner rather than later. Can someone give me an amen? Sooner rather than later on revenues. Amen. 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 And there's never been a better time to launch a coaching or consulting business. We are not going back to business as usual before the pandemic started. Some companies will forever restructure how they deliver value to their customers. And we already know that 5 million women lost their jobs, and many will never go back to work as they had been before. Coaching, consulting, and online learning are all markets that are exploding right now with no end in sight. But with that increase in people who are launching businesses, there's also increased competition. You will need to stand out and be better than the others, be innovative, and deliver proven expertise. There are a lot of people out there who are one-hit wonders. You know those songs. Musicians back in the day had a hit song and you never heard from them ever again. Yes, the same is happening with many new coaches and consultants and course creators, and I don't want that to be you. So in this training, I will show you how to create a standout business model that delivers unique value to your clients in a way that others cannot. And to get you started with choosing your business model, the first thing to do is choose how you imagine your life to be. We want your business to suit your lifestyle, not your lifestyle to work around your business. So open up the workbook, and in there is a business model generator. And I will also, for those of you who don't have it in front of you, I'll be reading off the business model generator so you won't miss a thing by listening to this podcast. So your business model determines how you charge for your services. That's why a business model is so important. A retainer-based business model will have a set fee for a period of time. And in that sense, we love retainer and subscription models because they generate predictable revenue streams. The only challenge is when you're first starting out, it might not be the best strategy to launch a subscription-based membership program for a low fee because you'll need to reach hundreds of clients in order to make any real money. And when most people just get started, they just don't have that many followers. You don't have a big list. So in the business model generator, I outline 8 different business models for you to consider and whether they work for B2B businesses or B2C, that's business to business or business to consumer. And the first one is a monthly consulting retainer or a fractional executive model. So fractional services are sold as a monthly retainer. For instance, you could be a fractional CFO or chief marketing officer or chief revenue officer or chief HR officer. And you can have multiple retainer clients, each of whom are paying you a set fee for a certain number of hours or for certain access or for certain outcomes. Now, typically, a monthly retainer is negotiated in advance depending on the level of work involved. And there's no real set range of fees. It really depends on who you are, your experience, and the budget of the companies that you're working with. So that applies to B2B, but not really B2C. Next, we have project-based consulting. And project-based consulting is a consulting program with a fixed scope There's a promised deliverable, a promised outcome, and typically it has a start and an end date. So it's a fixed scope. It's not a set range of fees, but the rule of thumb is that, it can be anywhere from 10 to 100K, $100,000 based on the project parameters. So here, there's really no limit. There's no real guidance as far as what's average on project-based consulting. And also, as a coach or consultant, you can be coaching individuals or individual business owners, as well as providing project-based consulting services for bigger companies. So one of my clients is an in-demand change management consultant, mostly in healthcare services because it's a highly regulated industry, and she has skills to work around those regulations. And she's done it so well that now she doesn't have to charge by the hour. She scopes it out in advance with the client, and she has a range of fees, low, medium, high, or small project, medium project, super large project, and she just quotes the costs for the project and has had great success having people send her POs without having to track her time on an hourly basis. And we will get into pricing in the next training, but just for right now, realize that people don't buy your time. People buy the outcome that you provide. So when we package and price our services, even for project-based consulting, it's best to get to a package price versus an hourly rate. Next, we have individual coaching by package or retainer. So coaching individual leaders in a company as contracted by the company, or coaching individuals as sold to the individual. So we know that there's a huge market out there for life coaching, health coaching, and also leadership coaching and executive coaching. So the coaching model can be sold to a company. It can be sold to an individual. And this can be anywhere from $30,000 for 6 months of executive coaching to $3,000 for 3 months of individual. It really depends on your subject matter. It depends on the time that you're devoting to these people. And most of all, again, when we talk about pricing, it depends on the return on advantage. It depends on what is the long-term effect of the outcome that you're providing for your clients. So again, we're going to talk about fee structures and pricing in the next one, but just realize that there's a wide range of fees in the coaching space. And then we have group consulting, which could be intercompany. So group consulting experience is frequently comprised of leaders in similar roles across different organizations. And this might mean that executives from multiple different companies are meeting together in a cohort at regular time intervals. And it could be a group-led agenda. It could be where consultants and other experts are coming in, but typically it's a yearly commitment, and the fees can range anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 a year per person. So it's a very lucrative business model. It's one that I'm very familiar with because I had developed group consulting programs in the corporate world, and they were super successful. And then there's group coaching or learning in person or online. So group coaching could be for individual development in a shared setting. It could be a conference. It could be a retreat. It could be an online program. So there's many different ways that group coaching or learning can take place. And group coaching fees can range, there's a huge range in group coaching or consulting. The group coaching or online learning can be anything from $1,000 to $5,000 to $25,000. I even know of a group coaching experience that's $100,000 a year. It's for women, 7 and 8 figure business owners. So the group coaching model is proven. It's one of the most popular business models in the market today for coaching because it brings leverage into your business. So it's really attractive from that perspective. Next in line is the membership model. And the membership model you're probably familiar with. You're probably a member of one or more networks or associations that charge an annual or monthly fee for membership. Sometimes it's an online membership-based community, and others it's a combination now of online and in person because during the pandemic, all of the in-person networking events went online, and some of them stayed online and now have hybrid approaches to meeting with the membership. So the membership fees vary based on professional associations. For instance, Chief might be upwards of $7,000 a year to join for C-level executives, or Elevate Network, which might be more in line of $400 a year or $400 to $1,000 a year based on the level. There are membership models online where there are Facebook communities that charge $27 a month or $47 a month or $97 a month. And there are other membership programs and platforms such as Mighty Network. So there's a wide variety of opportunities to create membership programs online and offline at a wide variety of fees. So it depends on your ideal client. It depends on the value proposition that you're delivering through your membership model. And when you have a membership model, it's critical that you have a good engagement strategy and that you have a community manager who's managing the interactions with everyone in your group. So if you've missed it, go back and find the episode with Marusha Murphy on how to create engaging communities if a membership model is what you're looking at. Then we have a SaaS, software as a service, subscription model. And I love SaaS business models because it's highly leveraged, right? So you have many, many people who are subscribing to your software and they're paying monthly or annual licensing fees. And the fees, of course, vary widely based on enterprise versus individual models. But if you have a coaching or consulting business and you can create a software application that goes with your coaching or consulting, then that's a nice leveraged addition to your product portfolio. And then at the bottom of the line, I have DIY courses, so online programs that are meant to be consumed on someone's own time. They don't involve any live instruction or live Q&A. And it could be something like a master class, or it could be a program that has an annual renewal fee. So there are several DIY courses that I have bought during the last few years of my entrepreneurial journey, and some update their content and bundle in a free conference every year. And that's what keeps me engaged with those programs. It's nice to be able to get the updates, go back and review what's changed, and also get a free ticket to that annual event. So DIY courses tend to be on the lower end. They tend to be under $2,000, maybe under $1,000. And there are many, many that are less than $500. Like the membership model, it's not your first stop on the entrepreneurial train because of the low price point. You need a lot of clients consuming your content in order to make and replace your six-figure salary. All right? Okay, so we covered a huge amount of ground in this episode today. So take a deep breath. You don't need to figure it out right now. This is about putting together a vision for your business that we can go out and test with your ideal clients. But it's very useful in figuring out the path to the cash. So how exactly will you replace your salary and grow a profitable business? So many people get this far and they figure out the what and the why, but they forget about figuring out the how this is going to work. So this training was about figuring out the business model that will work with your lifestyle goals and that will likely work with the ideal clients in the market that you wish to serve. and how it's possible to create new and hybrid business models in today's business environment. In fact, one of my favorite things to do when testing out a new concept or identifying the gap in the market is to ask the people that I'm speaking with, what does the ideal solution look like to you? You can invent your own business model. Those 8 business models that I described to you today aren't the be-all, end-all of how you can do business. What I love about the market research and development process is you can create a new business model that fits the need of your ideal client. Now, some of you might be thinking that you already have taken a course about how to launch an online program, and that's the direction you're going to go in. And I get it. It is the trend of the day to create an online business model, and it works. Hey, I have 3 online businesses right now. They are really hybrid coaching models that have some online work, some group work, and some one-on-one work. But just because other people are doing it doesn't mean that it's right for you or that it's right for your market. And there are a lot of big promises out there, like how you can build a massive business without a list and a low price membership program. And while there are exceptions to every rule, my friend, most membership programs fail as a first effort at launching a business. And a lot of people have been asking about where to start. What is the right business model to start? And even more importantly, how do I price my services and justify the value that I offer for that price? When you put a high price on your offers, it can feel scary to ask for the sale. And then you back down because you worry that you won't deliver enough value to justify that price. And I'm telling you that you are likely selling yourself short. And I will share with you a completely new way to think about pricing in our training next week. So be sure that you're here for that one, and be sure you're here in the Life After Corporate Facebook group so that you can get access to the bonus coaching that won't be shared on the recording. Now, I want to tell you about the next training I've got for you, and that's your pricing model. You're going to love this one. In fact, it will be your favorite in this series. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to price your services for maximum clarity on how much money you can earn. And you'll also be able to download the Experts Pricing Calculator so that you can do your own price modeling. It's going to be so cool to be able to see the numbers ripple through based on your services pricing. And I think you're going to love it. So watch for that alert in your inbox or wherever you download your podcasts. So now I want to hear from you. I would love to know what actions you're going to take to get started. Are you clear on what you're offering in your one-on-one group or online programs? So hop over to the Life After Corporate Facebook group and let me know in direct message what business model you're planning to launch or relaunch. Now, if you found value in this masterclass, please share it with at least 3 people you know, especially if they're looking for how to structure their packaging and pricing. It's easier to get started on this journey when you have other people on the path with you. And if you enjoyed this session, please leave us a rating or review on iTunes. It means so much to know that you got value out of this training. And I'd also love to hear from you on what you'd like to learn next. You can hit me up on DM on Instagram, in the Life After Corporate Facebook group, or on LinkedIn. So are you ready to step into your true value? I can't wait to share the pricing training with you. So see you next week, or hear you next week, and we'll take it from there. That's it for now, my friend. See you soon. Thanks for listening, my friend. If you enjoyed this show, please head over to iTunes and subscribe and leave us a review. And be sure to hop over to the Life After Corporate Facebook group and join other growing entrepreneurs to get weekly tips on how to create more money and meaning doing work you love.